What's up, guys? This is Matt Summer 84 here for March's. No, sorry, not March. We're in April now. Jesus. April's lockdown special of Gaming with Gold. So, for this month, with our Games with Gold package, we've been given Project Cars 2. Never really played any of the Project Cars games, so this is quite interesting. So, let's jump in and see what it's like. Alright, so what shall we start with? Quick play. Let's just jump into quick play and have a little go. Oh wow, look at some of these cars. Wow. Let's just go down. Oh wow, they've got some amazing cars here. No, but the problem comes now is selecting a car. That's going to be the massive problem. Oh, alright, let's go with this one. 200, well actually no, have they got something even faster? What is the fastest car? Let's find the fastest car. No, it's not going to be Jag. God, I've never heard of that brand. Actually, saying that, that badge does look very familiar, so I think I may have seen it before. Right, what have we got with Ferrari? 230. Definitely not going to be any of those. Definitely that's not going to be the fastest. I think it could well possibly. No. I think we go with the McLaren. Oh no, it's even faster here. Nissan, no. Or could Porsche have a faster car? Wow, they've got some right old beasts in here. Wait, who had the car? Getting confused now. Alright, we're going to go for this one. We're just going to jump into any track and have a little go. Yeah, I think this is more of a simulation type racing game, so I'm probably just going to be absolutely shocking at it. But these games, you know, they can be fun, and if you're into these type of games, then they are great. You know, I'm more of an arcade racer type person. You know, the closest I might dabble into a racing game now, which isn't arcade, is probably the Forza Horizon, just because they're a little bit that open world. And sometimes those Need for Speed games can be quite fun. But other than that, I don't do many racing games now. I used to. Alright, how do we... know what? It looks really nice. Oh. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, okay. I take it there's no reversing time in this game. Oi. As I said, I'm gonna just be absolutely terrible at this game. Oh no, see, you gotta be careful with these games, especially when you're in the super fast cars. There we go. Well, let's get out of this view. Didn't really do reverse that well, that car. Wow. Yeah, you really... Oh my god. This is so not the... Okay. I'm gonna go with this view. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna... you know what? I'm fucking terrible at this. It looks pretty nice. I can see some actually real kind of screen tearing in this, which kind of is not great. You kind of want a racing game to not suffer from that, but what can you do? Oh, I'm gonna back out. I'm too terrible with this car. Screw this. Let's jump into a career and see how well I get along. Okay, so I've set my character, my driver name. So I assume let's try with the car. It's quite nice that they've actually got karts in here, because it's a well-known fact with some of the bigger like kind of F1 drivers, they all started in go-karting. So I haven't been on a go-kart for years, but it was super fun. Now I get to choose. Let's go purple. Yeah. Let's agree this. Yes. Okay, gotcha. Alright, let's start the race. Alright, here we go. You know what, the actual kind of backgrounds look alright. Whoa. God. But you know what, if you wanted to drive cars, I would just play Mario Kart. That would be more fun. Yeah, I never got onto Project Cars. I remember like hearing about it like years ago with the first one. There was all this big like hoorah saying, "Oh, this is the best driving game. It looks amazing. It's so realistic." Blah blah blah. There was all that type of talk about it. I see. I'm doing better with the kart than I am with the super fast car. Actually, I lied. I'm doing terrible now. Hopefully, I can. Oi. Wow. Yeah, you have to get. That's the problem with these. Like, I really respect these these type of racing games, but like for me, I'm like, yeah, you have to have a lot of patience with it, and where I just like, I want to have fun, but I kind of feel like I can't have that much fun. You know what? I don't like that whole thing. It takes too long to go into reverse and to go back into accelerate. There's a big gap, and that really annoys me. I don't know, they're trying to add that whole realism, but I don't know. For me, I can't have fun because, especially these type of games, I cock up a lot. I do make lots of mistakes, but that's why I do like some of the racing games when they've got that whole rewind function. So if you do make that cock up, you can go back and kind of fix that cock up, which is nice. Oh, yeah, very hard, very hard. But it does look quite nice. It is quite a nice game. I'm not sure when this came out, but when I do my kind of final analysis, I will be looking into all that, so we can talk about it. Yeah, but the problem is, it just feels like the problem with these games, they feel a bit like there's no soul, because it's so like there's no kind of music playing or anything, so it just feels like, alright, yeah, I know that doesn't happen in real life when you're racing. When you're in a race, there's no music playing in the background for you while you drive, but that's the type of racing games I prefer. Because they're more enjoyable. That the handling is pretty good. It does feel pretty it feels very realistic. Not like, a bit realistic. It feels very realistic. But, that's the thing. There's a gap between it being realistic and fun, really. There are people who want to play like these realistic driving simulators and feel like they're driving, and there's people like me who want to play a racing game and like have a lot of fun doing it. And I'm coming dead last in this. I made some massive mistakes. Yeah, I know, I gotta slow down. Messed up big time. It would be nice to see where I would be if I hadn't messed up so badly on the first lap. I might have a chance of coming out in the top 3, but I'm not even going to come from dirt last, but it doesn't matter. I just want to see how this game plays and how it looks. It seems like they've got a nice kind of selection of cars of when you go in. I don't know if there's more to unlock. That would be interesting to see. But what I do when it comes to racing games, I was a big fan of the original Gran Turismos on the PlayStation 1. I really enjoyed those type of games because, yeah, they were that kind of simulation, but they still had had a bit of fun to it. I feel like, because they weren't perfect, they weren't that much of a simulation, because they weren't quite there yet. Of, oh wow, I kind of messed that up big time, and now I'm being lapped. Wow, I need to bow my head in shame. They've all finished their races, and look at me. I'm trying to finish my last lap. Jesus. Shocking. shocking. But yeah, but those type of racing sim games, they went well, and and even on the PS2, they were still quite a lot of fun. But then from the PS3, they just started to get even more realistic. And then on the PS4, they've got, well, on this generation, I'm just taking back because I've gone through the cycle of PlayStation consoles, but like Forza took the whole kind of, I want to say, simulation to a bit of another level on consoles. I've never been a massive fan of the Forza, like the normal Forza games, and the only one I've actually ever bought, which isn't a Horizon game, is probably, I think it was Forza 3 on the 360, which was quite fun, but I did start to get bored of it because it got a bit soulless for me. Oh, that was just absolutely shocking. I am terrible at this. See, a minute 22. Wow. Well, that sucked. So, okay, so I assume I've got to build myself up from because I decided to go into the karting, so I can probably go through the karting and build myself up into other type of racing leagues or types of cars to drive in, which is quite cool. So let's do one more race, and then I'm going to check out some of the other options in the menu. I just want to see if I can get a win at least. Come on, I want to win. Right, I'm hoping that I can get some sort of result here. Here we go. Yeah, so, but I'm more of the arcade racer. I do like kind of the old Wipeout games, Sega Rally type games. You know what game I want them to bring back? Destruction Derby, like a proper Destruction Derby game. Come on, Sony, bring something like that back. Even the old Daytona games, they were a lot of fun. What? Outrun. We're missing Outrun. What are you doing, Sega? Bring us like a great Outrun game. Whoa. Oh, god damn it. At least I'm not dead last. I may get some points. Oh shit, I'm dead last. But I may be able to come back. Yeah, this does look alright. It does look pretty good. There are better looking racing games, like the Forza games do look pretty damn good. I think this may have come out 2018. I may be wrong, something like that. But the Forza games are much better looking. But this does look it looks pretty good. But not the best. There are far better looking racing games. It seems like it's controlling well, for a simulation game. There's probably ways where you can put in kind of help markers, probably like auto braking, racing lines, and all that stuff. I haven't got that in because I'm trying to, see if I can be of any good at racing in this game, which doesn't seem like I'm going to have much hope for at all. Because it doesn't feel like I'm going to get close to anyone. They've managed to get in front of me, and I'm never going to catch up with them. But I have to say, the crowd look like some of the most boring crowd I've ever seen. It would be nice to have some sort of crowd noise when you're driving past. I don't really hear anything over the engine. Even when you're going past the stands, it would be nice to hear like some cheers and this and that, and some movements, but they look very kind of still. And you know what? That's just a bit poor and boring. So let's go. Oh, they do move, but they're not very entertained at all. Only some of them move. Wow, that looks terrible. You know what? Screw this race. I'm going to jump out back to the main menu. Alright, so let's check out. You've got community events, online championships, time trial, esports. Okay, alright. There's a whole esports community of Project Cars. Jesus. Okay. Private testing. Your own private testing session. Create online event. It's you know what, to be honest, it seems quite standard with outside of its career. It's got the standard kind of online events, which is just going to be your races, you know, or you can break it in tournaments. You know, you got your custom race. It seems like you can. It's only single player on the screen. Community, yeah, it's just probably quite cool. The community events, time trial events, online championships. So it is literally all about the career. So looks like I'm gonna have to play more career, which sucks. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start a new career and then try a different area and not try the karting. Okay, I tried the kart there. So you got the Genetic Juniors Challenge and the Formula Rookie. So let's try the Formula Rookie. Actually, can I actually jump into this stuff? Because this would be interesting. Or okay, I can go anywhere up to 3, which is quite cool. So alright, and that's what you can lead to there. Alright, gotcha. Okay, and this only goes to Formula 2 and then IndyCar. So let's do a bit of Formula A. It's going to be the closest we can get to the probably normal Formula 1 cars. So let's give it a go. Alright, here we go. Bit of practice. Coming out of the pit. Oh, that's a bit shocking. There was no collision there when you're in the pit. Oh, I think I may have got a penalty in that. Oh wow, this is too much. This is way too much. You know, I have to just tap the accelerator because you know what? I'm struggling to control this car. That's the problem. When it's like that, there's just no fun in the game for me. And there will be fun for other people, but I'm already feeling like this is not a game for me. I can't have fun with it. This won't be a game I'm gonna kind of go, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a good old session of Project Cars 2. Definitely not for me at all. But that's you know, it is for some other people. But you know, my score that I'm gonna give it isn't gonna be a great score because you know it's what I think. And you know, it's just my personal opinion. You know, if this is not my type of game, it's not my type of game. You know what? I'm terrible at this. Let's just finish off. Oh yes. See, I would like to see like massive crashes. I would like to be able to go drive into that and completely ruin your car, so you've ruined your chances of racing. You come disqualified and you have to start last. That's what should happen. You know, but the kind of the levels look okay. They don't look the greatest. The more I'm looking at the levels, and I'm trying to pay attention to them, this was released in 2017. I've looked online, and there was a bit of pop-up there in the background, which isn't great, let's put it that way. Yeah, it just, the cars look really good, and the actual, when you're in the cockpit, they look really good. But I have noticed quite a bit of screen tearing, but the backgrounds don't look that great. Actually, parts look pretty good, and some of it look okay, and some of it just looks a bit like nothing much went into it. Oh wow, screw this. So, Project Cars 2, what do I think of it? Would I have ever bought this game like before it came out with Games of Gold? No, I wouldn't have. You know, this game was released in 2017, and it got pretty good reviews from what I can see. When you go online, it got kind of, you know, round about the 8.5 kind of type scores. You know, there's a couple of people who scored it a bit lower, but generally, you know, out of 100, the Xbox version got 84 out of 100 from on Metacritic. So there are people who like this, and there is quite a bit in the game. You know, there's 60 different 140 track layouts at 60 different locations, and 189 cars to choose from, and that's probably not including any of the kind of DLC that might have came out for it with other tracks and cars. The cars look good. They do look nice. They've got a nice array of kind of real racing sports cars. They have, and the cars do look quite nice. But there are much better looking racing games out there. I personally think. Control wise, yeah, it controls like a racing simulator. So it's not forgiving. You have to be very careful with how much you kind of accelerate, you're braking, you're turning, this and that, because it will basically mess you up. And for me, I just want to have a bit of fun when I'm playing racing games, so not really for me. The general kind of graphics, as I said, the car models look really good. They look really nice. You know, the backgrounds are okay. Some of it looks okay. It's not. It doesn't. You could get away with it being from a PS3 game, probably, and the crowds are probably actually very poor. I didn't really hear any kind of sounds from the crowds. You would feel like they should have probably some sounds from crowds, like cheering, this and that. That would be nice. And like just when you get to see some of the 3D models of the crowds like close to the track, they actually don't look that great. Most of them are just standing still. And the ones I have seen, they all were just basically doing the same animation, so it's quite poor. But you know, this game is not for me. Definitely not for me. So if I was to give it from my personal score, I would just give it like a thumb in the middle, like meh. I'm not going to give it a thumbs down because it's not a bad game, it's just not for me. But as a game they've given us, it's probably a thumbs up, really, because it was a highly kind of well received reviewed game. It got pretty good reviews. but it has its problems. You can see when you're driving, especially when you're in the first person view, you see a lot of screen tearing, and that's not great. Especially when you're going at speeds and you're turning, you just see all the screen just tearing, and you know what, that just does your head in when you look at it. It just looks very annoying. And I did actually notice in the background some pop up with some of the background, just some trees that pop up, and you're like, oh come on guys, you know, really, you have to have it struggles to just do that simple kind of, you know, I did say like PS3, you know, Xbox 360 era, you know, some of the backgrounds actually probably looked a bit PS2-ish, but the cars do look quite nice, but not the best looking racing game. If you want a good looking, like a racing simulator game on your Xbox, I would probably go for some of the Forza games. But, you know, add this into your library. I say add it so you've got it, so you can have a go at yourself. Always add the games you get. Yeah, so this is not a game for me, but you know, you see, actually when I'm looking down on the wiki, it says on the sales, Project Cars 2 reached number 2 in the UK sales chart behind Destiny 2. I never played Destiny 2, so I don't know what it's like. In Japan, it was the 6th best-selling PlayStation 4 game and 11th overall. The game sold 265,000 copies on PC. Wow, in the first 9 months following release. Is that good? I'm not too sure for PC. I'm not too sure. But anyway, yeah, this game is okay, not for me. It looks okay. It kind of plays alright if you're into it. It does have some sort of graphical issues, a bit of. You can tell the focus is all about on the cars and the racing. That's it. There's no soul, in a way, behind this game. With most of these racing sim games, there's no soul, so they can become quite a boring experience. That's how I feel. So my score is going to be a thumb in the middle, but like as a general of a giving, it's a thumbs up in a way. So there's 2 scores. So we'll end it at that. So I'm not going to be rambling on because I don't want to really play this much of a game, because it's just, you're going to see me just lose, and I'll be wasting your time and my time. But let's talk about this. If you've got any comments on what your thoughts about this game, do let me know. And I'll see you in the next video of our Gaming with Gold. So take care. See you soon. Bye.